This is one of the most pressing issues facing our city and our country, and we must rally as a community to solve this problem. But you know and I know this won't happen with the police alone. It can't just be the criminal justice system in a room at City Hall at Tulane and Broad. In this battle, you are the most valuable asset. And I'm asking each of you to make a commitment. It can be large, it can be small. It can be in time, it can be money, it can be in prayer. But we need everyone to have skin in this game. And I wouldn't ask you to do something if we didn't also. So at City Hall, we continue to commit to invest in our kids. As was mentioned earlier, the City Council helped double the budget for NORD and Job One, and we put 3,000 teenagers to work this summer because we know that the key to giving our kids a chance to pick up a book or a ball instead of a bullet or a gun. We just recently announced a new program where neighborhood residents and ex-offenders will be employed to cut blighted properties, which are breeding grounds for crime. And now we're moving to focus on violence interruption as well. For months, our criminal justice coordinator, James Carter, Chief Surpass, and Health Commissioner Karen DeSalvo have been working on a grant to match city funds to launch a ceasefire initiative in New Orleans. This is a bold new approach. It's working in Chicago and across the country. First, we have to recognize that violence is a disease and that we have a public health crisis on our hands. So we have to interrupt the transmission of violent behavior. This project is going to employ messengers, whether they're ex-offenders or individuals who know the life of the street, to reach members of the community who are most likely to shoot or to be shot. These folks are going to intervene when there's a potential for violence, mediating high-risk conflict situations and preventing retaliatory violence, which we know is the bulk of the murders in the city of New Orleans. This city in the past funded the beginnings of Solutions Not Shootings in Central City, along with the Baptist Community Ministries and the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. But today, I'm committing that we will throw everything we've got at changing the culture of death and violence on the streets of New Orleans. And this is one of the most important investments we can make. So for the remainder of 2011, we're committing $250,000 more of seed money so the ceasefire program can grow in targeted neighborhoods in New Orleans to begin today. We also have to work with schools so that conflict resolution can be taught right alongside math and English. Because all too often the problems on the street start during school hours, and our young people need the tools to diffuse dangerous confrontations. Right now, Circles of Courage teaches New Orleans high school students to be peacemakers and is already making a difference at schools like Carver and Reed, but we have to do more to interrupt violence. The brilliance of Circle of Courage is that its approach is based on the lessons that every parent knows too well. Teenagers listen more to their friends than they do to us, the adults. Right? Young people, right? Get an amen for that one too. So for our young people, often the most powerful messages of nonviolence are not the police chief, not the teacher, not the mama or daddy, but other young people. And we need their voices, their energies, and their buy-in if we're going to win this fight. We're also working with the sheriff and the courts on re-entry programs. We're issuing summonses for petty crimes instead of holding people in jail, which allows officers to focus on the more serious offenses. And we're taking illegal guns off the streets. We're reforming, yes ma'am. We're going to reform NOPD with the Department of Justice so that we can once again trust our police force. So, in short, this is the model. Prevention, intervention, interdiction, prosecution, rehabilitation, and re-entry. It has to be comprehensive. It has to be collaborative, which is where you come in. There are a number of things each resident of New Orleans can do to make our city safer and more prosperous. And so here are our marching orders. First, you can take a role in your own neighborhood, reinvigorating your neighborhood watch. Working with our NOPD community coordinating sergeants, we will rebuild neighborhood watch programs in every section of the city. We will help train and build capacity in neighborhoods that need help organizing. Leading up to October 11th, the Night Out Against Crime, we will host a citywide neighborhood watch training session at Gallia Hall for all of those ready to get to work. Second, thank you, you can be a mentor. You can be a volunteer. Everybody can be. There are more than 36 organizations located in our Resource Action Center who need volunteers and who need mentors. Volunteer to coach a Pee Wee football team. Spend some time mentoring a kid after school so they know that someone cares and is willing to help them succeed. Third, you can open up your checkbook. These organizations that work so hard to provide services need money in the bank to run, and every cent counts. I want you to consider this. For $3,000, a youth empowerment project can help an out-of-school youth get a GED and move on to post-secondary and employment opportunities. An investment in Cafe Reconcile and Liberty's Kitchen can help train the next generation of great New Orleans chefs. You can donate to the Nord Foundation so kids can have more opportunities to play, to learn, and to earn. Fourth, you, your employers, your businesses can provide job opportunities for our young people and our ex-offenders. Now, this summer, we tripled the number of organizations offering summer jobs to our kids, and that was great. But it's going to take more than 150 employers to turn our city around. So my question to the business community is, what can your company do? What can your company do? This is going to take all of our collective efforts. So sign up for our summer jobs program with Job One. Give New Orleanians an opportunity to rebuild New Orleans. Now, at the end of the summit today, we're going to pass the collection plate. Like at church. Pastors, don't y'all get nervous. I mean it. Don't get nervous. Y'all have all been handed a white card. I want you to fill it out. It's a commitment card. I want you to put it in the basket. We will have an army of people committed to saving our sons and saving our city. So, here's the thing, New Orleans. We are one people. One. It's just one fight. We are one city. We must speak with one voice. We must go in one direction. We are going to be one New Orleans, but it is not going to come for free. It is not going to come by accident. It has to come with passion and commitment. It has to come with courage and conviction. It has to come with hard work. And so New Orleans cannot be the city that care forgot. We have got to become a city of purpose. We have to have the resolve to turn the tide. It is our responsibility, ours, mine, and yours. This is what Dr. King said. Whatever affects one directly affects us all indirectly. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. This is the interrelated structure of reality. So you see, this affects us all. Fixing the problem is going to take all of us. Enough is enough, New Orleans. Our sons are worth saving. Our city is worth saving. So let's pull together and get to work. Thank you all very much, and God bless you.